The blueprints and the patterns of the wilderness tabernacle show us a lot of things about God and the relationship that He wants to have with you. Those blueprints that God gave Moses thousands of years ago are timeless, and they apply to you and me today. Paul wrote in 1 Corinthians chapter 6, verses 19 and 20, "Don't you know your body is a temple of the Holy Spirit, who is in you, and you have from God, and that you are not your own? You've been bought with a price. Therefore, glorify God in your body." You know, we don't belong to ourselves. We're God's. We've been bought with the precious blood of His Son, Jesus Christ, and He has a holy purpose for each of our lives, for your life. Not only are you the living tabernacle of God in which He now dwells, He lives in you, but you're also priests serving the Most High God. 1 Peter 2:9 tells us you are a chosen race, a royal priesthood, a holy nation, a people for God's own possession. Why? So that you may proclaim the excellencies of Him who has called you out of darkness into His marvelous light. Before the children of Israel wandered out into the wilderness in search of the promised land, they were slaves in Egypt for over 400 years. And you've no doubt heard the stories of the Exodus and how God sent Moses to Pharaoh to demand from Pharaoh, "Let my people go." But God hardened Pharaoh's heart for a reason. He sent 10 plagues against the people of Egypt, against the land of Egypt, until finally Pharaoh relented. Finally, he allowed the Israelite people to leave. But there's so much more to the story that maybe you've never heard. Think about this with me. In Exodus chapter 9, verse 16, it tells us why God hardened Pharaoh's heart. It says this, "For this reason I've allowed you to remain, in order to show you my power and in order to proclaim my name through all the earth." And again in Exodus chapter 10, verses 1 and 2, God said to Moses, "Go to Pharaoh, for I have hardened his heart and the heart of his servants, that I may perform these signs of mine among them, and that you may tell them in the hearing of your son and your grandson, how I made a mockery of the Egyptians, how I performed my signs among them, that you may know that I am the Lord." Even while God was making a name for Himself, He was making a mockery of the Egyptians as a spiritual representation of the world. Did you know the Bible describes how literally hundreds of years after the children of Israel left Egypt, the nations that Israel came in contact with had heard how God had delivered His people from the hand of the Egyptians? Yes, my friend, God was making a name for Himself and for His people. And I believe He still wants to do that today in your life and mine. Tomorrow we're going to talk about why 10 plagues. What's the significance of that to you and me today? I hope you'll join me tomorrow.